Your mom's coming soon! Ah!
We are freaking out right now because my mom is coming home in 2 hours. She's staying the night. She's never stayed at one of my places in my adult life yet, so this is the first time she's gonna kind of see what my life is like and how I live, and I'm very scared right now because I really want to feel like my parents raised me for 18 years and I was worth the investment. Terry's really scared right now because the last time he met my parents, he was very shy and reserved because he didn't want to say the wrong thing, whereas my parents like people that are like, hey, what's up? And are very confident and in your face. They're not judgmental of regular everyday people, but when it comes to my boyfriend, they're very judgmental and they are very, very intimidating people. The last time they met my ex-boyfriend, my Rottweiler pissed all over the couch, and it was a very scary experience, but I'm hoping this is gonna go better. We've been cleaning places we've never cleaned before. I washed my bed sheets like 10 times because I don't want my mom to smell my nightmares. We started the incense thing to make everything smell good.
Make it smell nice in here, Terry.
I'm working on it. Sorry.
I'm just really scared right now, so hopefully it goes well. I just cleaned with Terry's sock because we ran out of paper towel. Such a failure of an adult. I've never thought that she would ever visit my house, so I'm thinking about a lot of things that I never would have thought about.
Like this big bag of shit out here.
Gotta clean up those ears and behind the ears too.
Can you vacuum my foot?
It would be a pleasure, Millie.
Wing, what are we gonna do about you? He's gonna embarrass us. He stinks. Are you embarrassing?
It's kind of nice when your parents come because you really contemplate your life. Before we leave, because I'm starving and so is Terry, Terry's gonna keep cleaning and I'm going to make breakfast.
Breakfast today is from my Thug Kitchen cookbook, and it's just basically like simple recipes that someone who isn't really good at cooking or is super lazy can do. And so I'm gonna make these grilled eggplant with soba noodles, and I've had them before and they are delish. Let the eggplant marinate for at least 15 minutes or up to an hour if you've got the fucking time. This book offends me.
It's triggering me.
Half of a cup of rice vinegar. Nailed it. Oh wait, that's not half. Added a 1/4 cup of water to that, and added a 1/4 cup of soy sauce to the rest of the concoction. 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of a liquid sweetener, and I'm gonna use the rice bran syrup that I got for the Twix bars because this is actually one of my favorite sweeteners right now. And to that concoction, we're gonna add 2 cloves of garlic. That should be good. And I'm gonna take a whole eggplant and just cut it into little pieces. Probably gonna cut these guys into quarters. I'm just gonna skip a few steps because we don't have any time, but I'm pouring a bit of the marinade on top. I'm just gonna let that cook a little bit. Gonna chop this basil. Starting to look good. Soba is going in. Shit. Right now I'm just rinsing it with cold water because the dish is supposed to be served at room temperature and you don't want them noodles to keep cooking. I'm gonna add a little more toasted sesame oil and rice vinegar just to toss it a little bit so it doesn't stick together. This looks about done. They're getting crispy, which is what I want. Now I'm gonna transfer these noodles to a bowl. I'm gonna put the eggplant on top. You're supposed to wait for it to cool down, but I can't wait that long. I'm gonna pour the rest of the marinade that I made on top of it and then give it a stir. Basil. Starting to look how it's supposed to. And then when I plate it, I'm just gonna like leave the liquid that doesn't get absorbed in the bowl. Oh, it's so good. So that is the finished product, and I'm probably just gonna save the rest in the fridge because it's a really good dish served cold. Don't have time for salad dressing right now. I gotta eat.
It's always weird to know whether your mom's gonna pay or whether you should pay or whether she should cook or you should cook. And I told my mom in Singapore how much money I spend on groceries and she was baffled at how little I spend compared to her. My dad is like the most spoiled guy in the world. He comes home every day to like tables full of elaborate, delicious, and healthy foods. And I hope that someday I can be as good of a cook as my mom is.
Me too.
We don't drive because the Vancouver transit system is good enough and we use car-to-goes if we can, but we can't pick up my mom in a car-to-go. Terry was just filming my outfit, and inside I was like, I wonder what my mom is gonna think of how I look, and this random lady on the street was like, you look fantastic. And it felt really good. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it, Terry?
I didn't hear it, so just boring day for me.
I've kind of always had this thing where I really, really want to impress my parents, and I feel like that's why I've done everything that I do in life. And my brother is kind of like the golden boy. Like, he does everything so well, and he's so smart, and he's so talented, and he's killing law school right now. And I, on the other hand, I mean, I like my life. I have a really cool YouTube channel. I get to do what I love every day, and it's cool. I just hope that in my mom's eyes, I was worth the time. I really worry about that. We're chewing gum because we've got garlic breath.
You have to chew with your mouth. You want her to be so impressed with you that she's surprised by how much she loves you, not just. I expected you to suck, but like, you know, you turned out decent.
Yeah, I would have loved you if you sucked, but I think you're great. The most embarrassed I've ever been in front of my parents is one time I was having like a phone call with a guy I liked, and something happened with the answering machine, and it went on, and so everybody in the entire house could hear exactly what we were talking about. And yeah, my parents, they weren't proud. So what are you nervous about, Terry?
Just like making a joke and it like falling flat, or not having anything of interest to say.
The fear to even make a joke in the first place is what will throw her off. So make some jokes.
I make joke.
Make your joke.
I make joke about her being on the plane and having stinky friend next to her. And if she doesn't have stinky friend next to her, maybe she's the stinky person.
I want to smell like Bounty Sheets.
Bounty Sheets?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I want to smell like the quicker picker upper. I used to have this guy over who was so intimidated by me and my family, and he didn't want to go number 2 around us, so he held it all night one night, and he had to go poo so badly that he ended up going and crapping in an elementary school, like playground. Like, he went and shat where kids play.
That's the worst place you could choose.
I know, like, it's
so many alleys, or I don't know.
But it was scary in the alley. We were only like 15.
It was scary.
We're at the airport right now, and my nose is like running because my body is so hot that my snot is melting, and I can't find my mom.
Mom?
My mom got me Himalayan sea salt, which is what I was missing for a recipe, but now I have it. Flaxseed honey. Mom, what's this?
What? Okay, that's it can be less if you cook a vegetable, boil the water and put little bit of this and put chili and put onion.
These are little fish?
Garlic, yeah. Put in the fridge.
What are these? I've always wanted to know what these are.
You know, that is a tamarind. You know, that is from the whole fruits and it thin slices. So if you cook, you want to cook fish and you just throw this 1 or 2, it's already sour.
Is this the one that's for soto ayam?
Soto ayam, yeah. You know how to cook with saffron. If you cook a biryani rice, this is what you need. What is that? Is seaweed jam.
Seaweed jam? And
Yeah.
peanut butter and seaweed jam salad.
Yeah.
This must be like the Japanese version of Vegemite.
Great joke, Cassie. We're all glad you had a great time, but how did it go for Terry and Twinkie? Well, Terry's worst fears were realized when he made a joke that fell flat. But Cassie's mom seems impressed by his efforts. Twinkie's smell and flippant disregard for people's personal space did in fact embarrass Cassie and Terry. He was promptly moved to a dear friend's house for storage. Yep, Cassie and her mom got on just fine. She's pleased with how her daughter's turning out, but this guy is not.